Welcome to BrewFix, where coffee meets craftsmanship. If you search for espresso advice online, you'll mostly find recipes, exact doses, precise ratios, specific grind sizes, strict shot times. And while those numbers aren't useless, they're not the reason espresso succeeds or fails. After years of repairing espresso machines and diagnosing flavor problems in the real world, I've learned something that changes everything. Great espresso is not the result of a recipe, it's the result of a system working correctly. Today, I want to explain what that system really is, why recipes break down, and how understanding espresso this way makes problems predictable instead of frustrating. Why recipes feel comforting but often fail. Recipes feel safe because they give structure. Numbers feel objective. If something tastes wrong, it's easy to assume one number is off. But espresso is not a closed system. The same recipe can taste amazing one day and terrible the next, even when nothing changed on paper. That's because recipes assume stability, and espresso systems are rarely stable. Machines heat, cool, recover wear. Coffee ages, grinders drift, water chemistry shifts. When a recipe fails, it's not because the recipe is wrong. It's because the system no longer behaves the way the recipe assumes. Espresso is a chain, not a step. Espresso quality doesn't come from a single action. It emerges from a chain. Coffee freshness, grind particle distribution, puck structure, water chemistry, pressure delivery, flow behavior, temperature stability, and extraction timing. Every link affects the next. If one part is unstable, the rest compensate, often invisibly, until flavor collapses. This is why changing one variable sometimes fixes espresso temporarily, but the problem returns. You didn't fix the system, you masked a weak link. The grinder-machine relationship most people ignore. One of the most misunderstood relationships in espresso is between the grinder and the machine. Grinders don't just control grind size. They control particle distribution, which determines resistance, flow uniformity, and puck erosion. Machines respond to that resistance with pressure and flow. If a grinder produces excessive fines or inconsistent particles, the machine doesn't correct it, amplifies it. From a technician's perspective, many machine problems are actually grinder problems expressed mechanically. Water is not a neutral ingredient. Water is often treated as a background detail, but in reality, it's the main ingredient in espresso and the main stressor on the machine. Water chemistry affects extraction chemistry, scale formation, corrosion risk, valve behavior, and heat transfer. Two machines using the same recipe, but different water will behave differently internally. This is why technicians always ask about water first, because water quietly reshapes the entire system over time. Why espresso is so sensitive to small changes. Espresso operates at the edge of instability. High pressure, fine particles, short contact time. Everything is compressed into seconds. That means small changes compound fast. A slight grind shift alters resistance. A small temperature drift changes water viscosity. A bit of scale narrows a flow path. These changes don't announce themselves. They show up as mystery flavor issues. Espresso isn't fragile, it's precise. And precision demands system awareness, not recipe obedience. What technicians look at first? When technicians diagnose espresso problems, we don't start with ratios. We start with behavior. How's the pump sound? How quickly does pressure rise? Does flow stabilize or surge? How fast does temperature recover? Are valves responding cleanly? These clues tell us where the system is drifting. Once the system is stable, recipes become simple. Without stability, recipes are guesswork. Why great cafes think in systems? Professional cafes don't succeed because they have secret recipes. They succeed because their systems are controlled. Consistent grinders, stable machines, managed water, regular maintenance, and predictable recovery. Recipes are just the final adjustment, not the foundation. When home espresso fails, it's usually because people try to control the final step without stabilizing everything before it. How this changes the way you troubleshoot espresso. Once you understand espresso as a system, your mindset shifts. Instead of asking, what number do I change? You ask, what behavior is wrong? Is flow uneven? Is resistance collapsing? Is temperature drifting? Is the grinder producing inconsistent particles? This approach removes frustration and replaces it with clarity. Problems stop feeling random. They become logical.